Hey guys, let's jump into this latest episode of the Braxtons. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about, and I originally did not want to talk about this show. But I gotta be very honest with you all. When I watched this last episode, I was very triggered and much irritated. And given everybody, I know this is her family, but trying to be fair to all parties involved. Y'all, it looks like Traci is being exploited. Her death is being exploited for money and fame. And I'm just not feeling this episode at all. So, we're going to jump into some of the things that really stood out to me, and it's just not adding up at all. So, y'all, let's get on into this video so we can dissect and get to the bottom of it. And as always, guys, please make sure you like the channel, you share the video, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So, guys, let's get into the beginning of the episode. Now, also, what I need you guys to keep in the back of your mind is Towanda was the sister that was sending bloggers messages basically saying that she was going to sue a particular blogger for coming out with a video saying that the Braxtons, did not attend Traci's funeral. Now, as you guys saw in this episode, they addressed why they did not attend Traci's funeral. And what was stated was Traci did not want a funeral. So they're saying that's why they did not go. And I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that Traci said that she didn't want a funeral and the fact that they didn't go is two totally different things. But the fact that these people argued and blamed the husband for having his wife a funeral and she didn't have it, to make that be the reason that they didn't attend, is a total and complete lie. First of all, guys, let's think of it from this standpoint. When you go to someone's funeral, that is like your final farewell, telling that person bye. You guys have to understand, Traci has been married to this man for decades. So the fact that she didn't want a funeral and he gave her a funeral was his way of celebrating her life. I would not see this as a disrespect. A disrespectful moment, which is how they're trying to portray. But wouldn't it be odd for your own sisters to not show up at your funeral because you're saying that your sister did not want a funeral? What about how you actually feel about your sister? What about, do you actually love your sister? Do you even like your sister? Because I'm going to tell you this. I wouldn't care who set the funeral up. How do you not go to your own sister's funeral, but yet deflect and make it out to be a problem with someone else?
Me to do is really tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? Don't push me. And we did not go to her funeral. We did not attend that thing that he set up that she did not want. She said it, and she put it in her will.
Guys, the beginning of this episode was so out of order and so disrespectful to Traci's legacy that it just took me all the way out. First of all, Trina, to refer to your sister's funeral as that thing that he set up that she didn't want, I don't even have the words to even say how disrespectful that is. It's so disrespectful that it speaks to how you actually feel about Traci. Towanda goes on and on to say she doesn't she'll speak the truth, or basically like she's holding back the truth. Well, Towanda, we know what the truth is. The truth is you, your mother, or neither of your sisters attended your sister's funeral. But you guys are exploiting her, her likeness, and her son, and dragging her husband for views. Has anybody noticed how Traci's son is front and center? And I'm going to tell you why. Because in order for them to use Traci, they need her son to actually agree to it. So Traci's son is being used right now, guys, because he has all the rights to Traci's likeness. Another thing that's disrespectful, Traci calling a grown man who just, I think he's still married, has a wife or had a wife, scratchy. It's very disrespectful. Has anybody noticed how we barely see Tawanda's kids? We don't see Tony's kids. We don't see anybody but Traci's son, them telling us he was in jail. Why are we seeing this? And why is Traci being exploited by the very people that claim to actually love her? The very people who said, and I'm going to add Tawanda's name, suing bloggers for lying when the blogger only said that they didn't attend their sister's funeral. See, people get mad when the truth is revealed. What kind of people are you? The mother didn't attend the funeral and none of the sisters. It gets even more interesting. If you guys watch the episode, then you know Tony and Tamar didn't find out till the last 2 weeks of Traci's life. And y'all still didn't go to your sister's funeral. And I want to make a correction to something. I meant Towanda calling her nephew Scratchy, not Traci. I think it's very disrespectful that she's calling a grown A man Scratchy. That is disrespect. He's an adult. Give him an adult nickname. So Towanda is so delusional that it makes absolutely no sense. She tells us that this platform is for people that respect Traci. I'm confused because Towanda, people seem, or I shouldn't say people seem, fans feel like you are trying to get close to Traci's son to get your hands on that money. That is what people think about you. So, in terms of her saying that this platform is for people who want to respect Traci, I have to disagree with that. But I feel like you don't want Traci's husband on there because then you would have to pay him because you're talking about him, you're exploiting him, but you're not giving him the opportunity to talk. So that doesn't make any sense and it doesn't make for a good show because what we're seeing is one sided. And we know, Towanda, that you are a liar because Towanda is the very one that said that she was going to sue a blogger for telling the truth, in which they have finally stated that they didn't even go to their own sister's funeral. Towanda goes on to continually be delusional, saying that she wants to continue to fight for Traci until she dies. Now, this girl is so delusional. I don't know if she lost delusion when she lost her hair or what is going on, but Towanda has gotten on my last nerve. She seems like a narcissist, just one delusional person. Now, I thought Tamar was delusional. She is in fact delusional to say that she's going to fight for Traci until the day that she dies, but it seems like who you want to fight with is Traci's husband. So I don't get it. And this whole entire thing is really, really sad because, in all honesty, it really seems like what they want to do is continue to drive a wedge between Traci's son and her husband. Because is she even paying him to be on the show? Because if she can just keep him from talking to his dad, then she can continue to pull the wool over his eye, I'm sure. So, what I need you guys to understand is these people, and when I say people, I'm referring to the Braxtons. And if you guys notice, the name of the show used to be the Braxton Family Values. These people are no family values. Now it's just the Braxtons, and I totally agree with that. So up until a couple of days ago, this family lied. They did not want to address what was already out in the media, and that is that they did not attend their sister's funeral. Now, here is a statement. Now that we see that they have openly admitted it, now they want to release these statements. Now, what they're saying is, according to her sisters, before Traci passed, Traci requested that her family forego a funeral. This sentiment was also expressed in her will. Nevertheless, Surratt held a funeral for his late wife. Many were in attendance, but not the Braxton sisters. So they want to say the reason that they did not attend is because Traci did not want a funeral. So you're telling me that if you love somebody, you don't attend the funeral because they never wanted a funeral? Or do you go get out your goodbyes and you move on? Is that even something to debate at that moment? Because the only thing a funeral is you saying goodbye. So what they didn't want to do is own up to how nasty and dirty they treated their own sister. So it would make sense. I don't want to go to the funeral because guess why? I don't want to cry, and I don't want to think about all the dirty and the filthy that I did to my own sister. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deflect, and I'm going to attack her husband because guess why? She never wanted a funeral anyways. So guys, what we need to understand is, and we see this with a lot of families, this is not just the Braxtons, that there is always a black sheep or a couple of people who we consider the black sheep of the family. Now, I can say from my family on my dad's side and my mom's side, I got a couple of people that are considered the black sheep. Now, in this particular family, we know that is exactly who Traci was because we watched the show. We saw how people responded to her. We saw how she felt. And in fact, that is exactly who she was. She was the black sheep of her family. We don't need to debate that. It ain't even open for debate because if you didn't see that Traci was the black sheep of her family, you need to get your eyes checked, okay? So not only was Traci the black sheep of the family, is Traci did not feel accepted. We know that she didn't feel accepted. She didn't feel accepted. She feels like a lot of things went wrong during her time working with her sisters, and it was a lot of hurt. There was a lot of unresolved issues. Traci was dying and did not tell Tamar or Tony. So you gotta understand that there were some major issues for a person to know that they're finna die and would leave the world without telling two people that is considered their sister. So, but what we also need to understand is it seems very much like Traci's likeness is being exploited here because they don't want Traci's husband to come on the show. Wouldn't it be two sides to the story? Why come we can't hear from Traci's husband? As Towanda said, we don't want to give him a platform. But if we remember correctly, what did Traci tell us out of her very mouth about Towanda specifically?
No, it's no but.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Because, go ahead then, Towanda, since you want to antagonize somebody. So don't play with me.
Okay.
Because guess what? You know exactly what you're doing. Don't be looking like that, you snake-ass son of a gun. Okay. You're a snake, and then you like controversy, and you like all of that. Okay. So why would you do that?
So, how am I antagonizing you?
Really? He's a boyfriend. This my husband.
Okay.
Been with him for 29 years.
Okay.
I don't know him from Jack from Jingles.
Oh, actually,
okay?
you do.
No, I
my
actually
question
don't.
to you.
No.
As a matter of fact, let me sit here.
Do you remember last night when I asked you that specific question?
What
Kevin?
question did you ask?
You asked, why is
Everything that...
So, guys, listen, we have to take the facts with the facts. Traci told us that Towanda was an antagonist and that she was a snake. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it's given very much snake and antagonist to me. Now, look, if y'all roll with Traci, you got to roll with what she said. And a lot of the things that Traci told us about her family is coming very, very much true.
What I feel, I'm not worth to y'all. Because of the choices I made, I felt okay. Trina had a child way before me. She was pregnant. I got pregnant. Trina got to sing. I couldn't sing, but it was told to me I had to. Well, Traci, you make that decision. I'm the freak on the whole time.
And guys, my final analysis of this episode, it just looks like exploitation to me. And all the times that I have watched the Braxtons, even when the show was called Braxton's Family Values, I never saw them taking such a liking to Traci's son. Now, I get it, Traci, died, but why does it look like, well, they're trying to give us the look as if they're trying to help him and they want to be there for him. But if they wanted to be there for him, I'm sorry, they would have been there for him at the funeral, despite how they felt. So I don't believe that for 1 second. I believe they need him because in order for him to utilize Traci's likeness, he has to agree to it. So how do you get him to agree to it? To make him think, because y'all gotta understand, he's still young. He's still a kid. He's a young man, but he's still young. So that he thinks that it's okay. And then to continue to allow that wedge between him and the only parent that he has alive, to me, is selfish, because I believe that they want to keep that going between him and his dad, because then they can have him to themselves and they can keep pumping this foolishness into Traci's son. I don't believe they have any good intentions other than to make money off of this show. I believe that is their sole purpose here, and they are using their own sister to do so.
Guys, don't forget, our show is coming out on August 9th, 9 p.m. The Braxton! Guys.
And guys, as always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. And as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you are subscribed to the channel, please make sure to enable your bell notification so you do not miss out on a video.